Two life lessons that I wish I knew earlier. Number one thing is enough. I've been very fortunate to have been running this SEO agency now for 17 years. That sounds so old. What's interesting is at the time when I started the agency, I didn't realize how new in the infancy of the world SEO was. And so looking back and sticking to just one thing for so long, you really become an expert at something for that long. People start to know you for the thing that you offer as not being an option in what you sell, but being the option in what you sell. When I think about, I wish I knew that one thing earlier, I've been fortunate enough to just stay in my lane, but there were times where I considered other things. I never really deviated and wasted too much time, but I considered things enough that I certainly wasted some time. And what's interesting is as I talked to fellow entrepreneurs over the years that found some success in juggling multiple things, I'd often talk to them and say, it's really cool that you're doing 4, 5, 6 things, having a variety of experience. And I've thought about that before. Maybe I should do another thing and layer on top of SEO. Every single one of them said, don't do it. Stick to just the one thing. And so that's one thing I've learned in association with this in retrospect. I've been really fortunate to not scale at the expense of my sanity. Doing just one thing is enough. Like what you're watching so far, do me a favor and like and subscribe. I don't know which content brings you value unless you tell me. So liking and subscribing will help me know to make more of these videos, solve more of your problems, answer more questions, and help take you to the next level. Do that now. Like, subscribe, back to the video. Second life lesson I wish I knew earlier. I wouldn't quite say I wish I knew this earlier, but I'm glad that I did know it early on, is that family indeed should always be priority. Having been at this now for 2 decades, when you first get into entrepreneurship and start being self-employed, it's cool just to be self-employed. You're starting to figure out who you are. You're starting to figure out what you have imposter syndrome over, where you want to excel. You question sometimes how you want to spend your time. Should you do the 20-hour day? Should you work the weekend? Should you work the nights? Very early on, I was fortunate enough to have the foresight to say, grind it out now while I can before I have kids. And as the kids were born, I said, I need to get ahead of not making it a habit of continuing to work these long nights and weekends. And I'm so glad that I did now. I won't say no. I won't tell you not to get in the extra time while you can, but don't do it at the expense of family. And looking back, I can't tell you a single thing that I'm glad that was at the expense of family time, but I can tell you countless things that I'm so fortunate that I've been able to see and witness as my kids grow older. So there you go. 2 things. 1 is enough. 1 thing is enough. And 2, family indeed should always be priority. We did it. We're learning something together. But here's the thing. I don't know what videos help you unless you tell me by liking and subscribing. So help me help you by liking and subscribing so I know what videos make an impact and help bring you to the next level.